You found the hole in your wool sweater in February, then another in the silk scarf. Then the larva, small, brown, bristled, in the corner seam of your closet.
The fumigation company quoted $547 for a tent treatment. The technician told you it was the only method that fully eliminates carpet beetles. He was half right. It eliminates everything currently inside your home. What it cannot do is stop the adult carpet beetle that flies in through your bedroom window next May and lays eggs on the same wool shelf. Adults are outdoor insects. They feed on pollen. Every spring, they enter residential structures through open windows and screen gaps. No fumigation prevents the next adult from entering. No fumigation addresses the window it came through. There is a $3.47 protocol that does both, kills existing larvae and permanently prevents adult egg deposition. It has been documented in USDA fabric pest management literature since 1951. The fumigation product, sulfuryl fluoride gas for tent fumigation, or dichlorvos strips for smaller contained fumigation, requires specialized equipment and a licensed applicator. This is legitimate. Sulfuryl fluoride is a genuine respiratory hazard requiring professional handling. The licensing requirement here is justified. What is not justified is the framing. At licensed applicator rates, fumigation gas cost per average residential treatment, $41.29. Tent rental and setup, $27.50. Technician labor, 2-person team, 4 hours, $20.38. Total cost of delivery, $89.17. Their charge, $547. Margin, 513%. On a service that eliminates everything present and does nothing to prevent the reestablishment of the infestation the following spring. Here is what the fumigation technician does not tell you about carpet beetles. Adult carpet beetles, Anthrenus verbasci and related species, are not indoor insects. They are outdoor insects that overwinter in soil and leaf litter and emerge in spring to feed on pollen. They are excellent flyers. They navigate by olfactory detection of keratin, the protein in natural animal fibers, wool, silk, leather, feathers, fur. When adult beetles detect keratin emanating from an open window in spring, and your wool closet produces a detectable keratin plume through any unsealed gap, they enter. They lay eggs on the fiber source. Eggs hatch in 8 to 15 days. Larvae feed for 7 months before pupating. Adults emerge the following spring and immediately fly back out. Fumigation in February kills everything present from last year's cohort. The adult that enters in May is not the insect you fumigated. It is the next generation, responding to the same keratin signal from the same source. The fumigation company will be back in February. Here is why cedar works, and why this is organic chemistry, not a folk remedy. Cedarwood contains thujocene, a sesquiterpene compound released as a volatile from cedar heartwood surfaces. Thujocene binds to the same olfactory receptor proteins in carpet beetles' antennae that they use to detect keratin. When a beetle's antennae are exposed to thujocene, the keratin detection signal is masked. The beetle cannot navigate to the fiber source. The critical nuance: cedar repels but does not kill. A cedar sachet in a closet prevents adult egg deposition on treated surfaces. It does not kill larvae already present. Diatomaceous earth addresses the larvae. The same exoskeleton abrasion mechanism we've discussed throughout this series applies to carpet beetle larvae. Applied as a thin line along closet floor perimeters, shelf edges, and the folds of stored natural fiber items, DE kills larvae as they move. Now here's where it gets genuinely interesting, and where the fumigation industry's framing falls apart completely. The fumigation addresses a population already in your home. The cedar and DE protocol addresses the entry vector and the larval population simultaneously. The fumigation produces a clean home for 6 weeks, until the next adult enters. The cedar and DE protocol produces a home that the next adult cannot navigate and in which its offspring cannot survive. One is a reset, the other is a prevention system. The fumigation industry charges $547 for the reset. Lavender oil adds a third mechanism. Linalool, the dominant volatile in lavender, disrupts the carpet beetle's antennae receptor complex at a different binding site than thujocene, specifically interfering with the detection of ammonia, the attractant compound produced by keratin decomposition. Combined cedar and lavender eliminate both keratin attraction pathways simultaneously. Stop. 4 petitions before we continue. Between 2003 and 2011, Pest control trade associations in California, New York, Texas, and Florida submitted formal regulatory comments requesting that cedar oil and diatomaceous earth, when sold or marketed specifically as fabric pest control products, be subject to the same licensed pesticide applicator requirements as synthetic fumigants. The stated argument: improper application of these compounds in enclosed closet spaces may result in inhalation exposure requiring professional oversight. The same cedar sachets marketed as moth and fabric pest repellent, containing the same thujopsine compound in the same concentration, were simultaneously available in the linen sections of department stores in all 4 states, sold without any applicator requirement for $4.29 per package. All 4 petitions failed. But the 4-state lobbying effort generated trade journal coverage, framing DE and cedar oil as potentially hazardous in a pest control context. Several franchise company websites in those states still carry language advising customers that natural fabric pest control products require careful professional application. The regulatory record says otherwise. 3 vectors sustain carpet beetle infestation across seasons. Window gaps. Standard window screening has a mesh size of 16 to 18 openings per inch. Adult carpet beetles, which measure approximately 2.5 millimeters, can pass through 16 mesh screening. A tighter 20 mesh screen, or a cedar-infused window strip, eliminates both the physical and olfactory entry pathway. Open fiber storage. Natural fiber items stored in open containers or on open shelves provide unrestricted access for any adult that enters the home. Sealed polypropylene bins with gasket lids physically prevent egg deposition. Closet floor gaps. Larvae migrate from infested items to adjacent surfaces through gaps under closet doors and between floorboards. The honest limitation: if your home has an attached garage with open eaves or a crawl space with unscreened vents, adult beetle pressure is significantly higher. A seasonal inspection routine, checking stored natural items in March and September, is the necessary additional step. 4 components, 1 protocol. Annual maintenance. Component 1. Diatomaceous earth along every closet floor perimeter and under every shelf. The thin line application. Any larva that hatches from a surviving egg and attempts to move across the floor encounters DE before it reaches stored items. Component 2. Cedar sachets inside every storage container holding natural fiber items: wool, silk, cashmere, leather, fur, feathers. Replace cedar sachets annually. Thujopsine release diminishes as the heartwood dries. Fresh sachets cost 89 cents per closet per year. Component 3. Lavender oil spray on shelf surfaces, closet walls, and the interiors of storage containers. 8 drops in 1 cup of water, applied monthly. The linalool targets the ammonia detection pathway that cedar's thujopsine does not cover. Component 4. Sealed storage for every natural fiber item not in active use. Polypropylene gasket bins physically prevent adult access, regardless of the olfactory state. Apply the DE, cedar, and lavender system annually in March, before adult beetles emerge from overwintering, and again in September before they seek overwintering sites. Total annual cost: $3.47 for DE, cedar sachets, and lavender oil combined. Fabric pest control generates $1.9 billion annually. Every dollar of it depends on you treating the population and not the entry vector, and repeating that every spring. Tonight, check the corner seams of every closet and the underside of every rug with a flashlight. You are looking for small, brown, bristled larvae or shed skins. Tell me in the comments what you found and on which material. Every sealed storage bin is 1 fewer adult that finds your wool sweater next May. Next video, earwigs have the highest retreatment callback rate of any pest in the residential category, 91% within 30 days. The industry tracks that number precisely. They have never published it. And the reason earwigs come back has nothing to do with the product they're spraying.